I get what you're saying. Let's look at this in terms of they wait. We're not going to trade into Brooklyn. Okay. There's no deals that materialize, and then they wait to the summer. We all know that Daryl Morey has basically waited this long to see what happens with Harden, to see what happens with Damian Lillard.
Correct.
Speaking directly about the Harden situation, to get that deal done, they can't just go out and sign James Harden outright. It would have to be some sort of sign and trade. So let's say there's multiple teams involved. You're probably going to want to offload Tobias's contract. To do that, that's going to require you probably trading Tyrese Maxey. It's going to require a good young player.
Yes.
So to go out and get James in the summer, you will have to break down your roster. And to me, this runs into the same scenario that the Lakers are going through and the Nets are going through. You have a chance right now, not essentially a swap for swap, but you can build a great roster on both sides, both these teams right now, by doing this trade. If you wait till the summer, there's going to be so many pieces that move. All of a sudden, Daryl Morey gets James Harden in a sign and trade. There's 3 teams involved. They've got 6 rotation guys. Same deal as the Nets. Lakers don't even have 6 rotation guys. You know, it's the same issue that these teams are running into.
Here's what you're missing. First of all, everything that you say makes sense. We know this if you wait until this summer. I'm speaking strictly from a basketball perspective. I'm about to blow you away with what I'm about to say. Are we sure we want James Harden? Are we sure? Again, older, bigger, slower, in all likelihood because of injury. I'm not questioning his heart. I'm not questioning his game. I'm not questioning when he's 100% healthy and in shape. But he's been compromised. Do you really, really, really know what you're getting moving forward? To me, that's a problem.
Okay.
That's a problem.
I want to speak to that because I agree with you. There is a concern there with the hamstring, and he has not looked right since that hamstring injury. The first injury prior to the playoffs, and obviously he re-injured in the playoffs. Richard Jefferson said this 2 weeks ago. I thought this was brilliant. When you talk about real contenders, when you talk about winning a championship, everybody's got to be moving in the same direction. And when we talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, the Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, everybody's moving the same direction. This Nets team, it's very obvious everyone's not moving in the same direction. When you talk about the Sixers, clearly everyone's not moving in the same direction. One guy won't even show up to play.
That's right.
So, to me, I think if Harden goes somewhere else, maybe he's moving in the same direction. There's clearly something wrong. You can watch a Nets game and see the body language. Something's not right.
But we don't disagree.
It's not just the physical part.
That's right.
It's the emotional and the mental part. It's the motivation.
We don't disagree with that at all. And I can vouch. Listen, I know for a fact James Harden would love to play for Daryl Morey. And Daryl Morey would love to have James Harden. We're talking about health. We're talking about attrition. We're talking about those kind of things when it comes to James Harden. In Ben Simmons' case, he wants to be anywhere but Philly. He wants to be anywhere but Philly. I'm just saying, if I move him within that conference, we keep talking about Ben Simmons. We're not talking about Kyrie and KD. The Milwaukee Bucks are the champions. They would be home if Kyrie Irving hadn't hurt his ankle. We saw the Brooklyn Nets up 49 on them. 49 when Kyrie and KD were on the court without Harden. Healthy. And he got hurt. So I'm just saying, to add Ben Simmons to that, Philadelphia might rue the day that happened.
I just want to say one thing to that point, and this is just a general take on basketball that I have. In every playoff run, you can look at an injury, a sickness, a bad foul call, a bad break on the court. We lost my year with the Sixers. Kawhi Leonard beat us on a shot that bounced on the rim 7 times. You look at last year's playoff. Chris Paul missed the first, I think, 2 games, the Western Conference Finals with COVID. Giannis was out of game. Those guys ended up getting to the finals. Things happen in every single playoff run. It's Doc Rivers after the Warriors won in 15. A little bit of luck is involved. Doesn't mean you're lucky that you won. A little bit of luck. Things have to go your way.
I'm just saying, I'm not discrediting the Milwaukee Bucks. They're worthy champions. They deserve all the credit in the world. But we're talking basketball, and we are allowed as fans, not as former players who are intimately involved in it and look at things that way. We are allowed as fans to sit up there and go like this: damn, if Kyrie hadn't got hurt, boy, look at what this would have happened.
Because you had a brilliant point in the sense of urgency. They need to do something because they could potentially win the East in terms of Philly. But say they make that swap, though, then isn't it kind of null and void? Because then Brooklyn's better, too, so they knock them out. Then if that happens, which team are you betting on, Philly or Brooklyn?
Well, look, there's no one on Brooklyn currently, anyways, that can guard Joel Embiid in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's very few guys that can guard him one-on-one, period. My point is that I think it's a net win for both teams. And who would I bet on?
Yeah.
A lot of it depends on Kyrie Irving's availability. If he's available full-time, I think the Nets are a better team right now than they are with Harden. Mm-hmm. I think the Sixers are a better team with Harden than they are right now. So I think it's a net win for both teams. I'd love to see that series. I would love to see that series. And you kind of proved my point about doing it now versus waiting to the offseason. James Harden turns 33 in August.
No. My point.
Can't let
you got to do it now.
No. My point is there's too many question marks about James Harden for me to do that deal by sending Ben Simmons to Brooklyn, because I know it makes Brooklyn stronger. I don't know about James Harden right now. So I'm not proving your point. I'm proving mine.
Okay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.